Konnichiwa, yahoo! Hi everybody, happy Wednesday? Question mark? I think. Happy Wednesday. Last night I sent a text to one of my professors being like, I'm so sorry for being absent like this week. I'm dealing with a really hard class, and I like described the workload for that class and my other class, and I was like, I ended it with like, I'm not expecting any like sympathy or like role changes. I just wanted to explain to you what my workload is like. That way you don't think I'm just like out partying or something. And I was just expecting a like, thanks for letting me know, I understand, just like get it turned in, whatever. And he it must have been pretty bad because he wrote me a paragraph and the first sentence was, I'm so sorry. And he's like a really strict professor too. I was just like, yeah, I have a class that's assigning packets daily, and also the professor doesn't reply to emails, and I cannot manage to meet him after class because he's always in a hurry to leave. And I was like, I'm just trying, like, I'm always up late, blah blah blah, I'll try to be a better student in your class. And he just goes, I'm so sorry, I'll do whatever I can to make sure that you pass this class. I was like, what? What the hell? He must feel pretty bad then, because I was like, I was like, I'm trying to be clear, I'm not begging for pity. And he was like, I went ahead and took off the late penalty on your recent assignment. So that was funny. Wednesday. I have Earl Grey tea, and I'm a little eepy because I was shivering cold, and I fell asleep on the couch. So I don't think I'm like audibly shivering, but if you hear my voice quiver, it's because I'm a shivery girl. And Aki's asleep in his box. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. I ate a bunch of goldfish before the stream. And I don't think I have any other announcements. Are you ready to Fnaf? Unk? UCN? Guys? Yes! I'm hoping this goes better than when I play it high. Hopefully, I feel like I'm kind of better at games when I'm high for some reason. I am noticeably better at Russian when I'm high, is what I've noticed. I understood most of what was said last night, which is funny. I don't think I'm better at Russian when I'm drunk though. Or maybe I am. I spoke more Russian last night high than I have my entire life. Alright. Do I want to open the game or do I want to yap? I don't know. I can't think of any. I thought I would have had like announcements. I think I've just been used to like the wedding preparation and constantly having to be like, oh, I can't do this. This is a short stream because of my classes and the wedding and my father and my classes. But this is my first like semi-open week where I can just exist at home unbothered and not have to drive everywhere. Feels nice. Oh, I wanted to say I got a donation when I wasn't streaming, so I wanted to replay that. It happened right before I started the stream. I was like, what? Huh? When? Who? Where? Replay. What? No, don't skip. Replay it. There's no replay option. All of them have replay, but this one, okay. Well, the donation was from Happelnick, so Pasiba Happelnick, if you're here. Thank you. I don't know why there's no replay button. That's sad. Okay, anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. Is it cold where you guys are yet? Because it was really like frigid here the past week, and now it's like kind of back to like nice normal temperatures. Oh, and also the guy that hate speeched me last year was on campus again today. So I used that as an excuse to not go to my classes to sleep in, since I was doing homework all night. And I was like, yeah, because the university allows people who spew slurs at the students and the Title IX office didn't reply to my email for my required bodyguard accommodation, I couldn't make it into class because all of my classes were in the building that he was screaming outside of. I took a walk after school. Oh, that's good. I had a hoodie on, so I don't know if I could. I have no memory of the temperature outside. Alright, tea test. I made this tea a few hours ago, and I fell asleep with it, so I haven't tasted it yet. Actually, it's too hot. I'll let it load, I guess. I'm gonna, I have so many email drafts. Okay, my canvas was stressing me out so much that I opened a separate window just to like not see it anymore. Okay. Let me read what I said to my professor. I feel like I need to make a list of the problem is I'm not failing my two most stressful classes. My two most stressful classes are making me fail my easy classes with my nice professors. So if I went to the dean about it, they'd be like, okay, so what you're saying is the professor caused you to fail the class. And I'd be like, no, he caused me to fail my other classes. I don't know if they can really do much about that, you know? So I'm not sure. Why is Microsoft so fucking hard to use? Can I open my email? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I what I sent to this professor last night. I also did my first what is it called? Embarrassing not sober text. It's not embarrassing, but because I know the tone that I wrote the text in, it's embarrassing to me, and nobody else thinks it's weird, but I think it was weird. So I'm embarrassed that I lost my chill. Okay. Okay, here's my email. If you're in my Discord server, you know how much I've bitched and moaned about my two classes that are bothering me, but this is what I sent to my professor. I tried to keep it like concise. I don't know. Oh wait, should I read? I think I sent the email that I sent to the disability office. I'll read that later, okay? So this was a reply because I emailed him on Monday and said, hey, I was at my dad's wedding on Sunday night, so I don't want to drive sleepy. So I'm not gonna come to the class this morning because this is the earliest class and it's on a Monday, and it's really hard to make. I'm gonna be real. It's really hard because my Mondays are already really long because I have to be to school by like 10:40. So I have to get up at 9:40, and this is way later than my class my first year of school. My first year of school, I had to get up at like 5 or 6 a.m. and then drive an hour. That sucked, but I still managed to do it. I have no idea how. I think it was just because the workload wasn't insanely shitty like it is now. But so so my Mondays, on a normal Monday and Wednesday, my first class starts at 11 and I'm at school till 5 p.m. On Mondays though, assuming I go to this class, I have to be there by 9:30 and it starts at 10. And I've made it to that class before, and it's in a location. It's at like the furthest possible spot from where I park, so I have to get there a little extra early than I usually would, and I have to walk up the hill and then kind of down the hill in a really long ways, and it's in this really far off building, and there's no bus route really that will get me there any faster. So, and then I gotta go up the stairs. Because if I take the elevator, I'm gonna be late. Because elevators take forever. So it's like it's so tedious. I understand the point of discussion classes. I get it. I know what they're good for. But on a Monday is horrible. Because the point of them is to go over everything you learned that week. So why are we doing it at the beginning of the week? I don't understand. We've gone over nothing yet. So, he was understanding. It's not his fault that I picked a wrong class slot. I didn't think it would be so treacherous. Because I thought it was with the rest of my classes. I didn't think it'd be in such a... That's another thing. It's like... I get, like, our passing period, quote-unquote, is like 10 minutes. So I have to walk all the way back to, like, the main part of campus where I have to go for the rest of the day. And I've gone to the class, and then I've gone to my second class, and by my third class, I was exhausted, bro. I left school early because I was so nauseous and dizzy from walking to my first class that I usually don't make it to. So that's what that's where one of my problems is for this class. I make it to the lecture. I don't make it to the discussion often. And I'm still not sure how I missed the discussion for the beginning of the year. I just know how I missed it recently. Whoa, the Berry Queen has gone. Meow Nyai Nekoberry. What's up, Vicky? Thank you. Meow Nyai Nekoberry. Yeah, that's me. I have a hangnail. How are you, Namori? Yes, you do complain a lot, and it's justified. I'm glad. I feel like I think, like, I know my first semester of school, I was like stressed out, but I was still like, I still got my shit turned in, you know? Like I could still do it, and I still made it to all my classes also. Like and on top of driving 2 hours a day, you know? And getting like no sleep. So, and then my second semester, I also had early classes, and it was winter, so I was debuffed, I was cold, my toenails were falling off, and I was working at the Capitol after school, and driving even further away, and then driving like 2 hours home, etc. And I still managed to attend my classes and get things turned in. So tell me why my professors, when I live 10 minutes from school, are assigning so much work that I can't even handle being unemployed. Because I have 7 hours of work to do. I don't know. I'm ignoring it, and that's why I got high last night. That's my excuse. I couldn't take it anymore. I opened campus, and what the fuck, canvas, and all I saw were just work and work and work that spawned out of nowhere, and I was like, this is not possible. So I ignored it. So I'm gonna read the email I sent to one of my professors that gave him such pity for me, because I think it's really funny. And for those who aren't in the Discord, I was at school until 12:30 a.m. on Monday night. I went to the library immediately after my last class. I was in the library for 7 hours straight, like not eating, no bathroom breaks, just raw doggy, like doing my work at a massive speed, cheating most parts to get it done as quickly as possible. So practically copy-pasting these answers into my notebook, and it still took me 7 hours to do the work that was assigned that day for one class. That is how my workload is. So my other 2 classes are imploding, and so am I. Other 3, actually. So, I explained to him why I was absent Monday morning. Hi, Angel. I'm complaining about college. I explained to him why I was absent Monday morning. He said, here's what we did today. I can't give you credit for attendance, but if you write me this, I can give you some points for at least participating. I was like, thank you. And then I wrote him this little paragraph to explain why I'm such a shitty student in his class only. So, and partially, I feel like I'm gonna have to go to the dean about this later, so I'm probably gonna, like, rewatch this to have it bulleted out for me. Because, like, usually around December, my brain is fried and I can't remember anything because of the schoolwork and the cold. Okay, so what I said is, hi, thank you, I'll submit the missing work to you soon. Yeah, what Darius said. I said, I've been a bit behind because of my father's wedding last week. I had to drive to the city most of the days last week, and I have one class assigning 6 hours of reading a day. No exaggeration. and another class assigning literal 8-page packets daily. And extra homework on top of that, not just the packets, other homework also daily and over the weekend for a 100 class. A base level baby elementary class is assigning that much work. And so I said I haven't had much time for my other classes aside from those two. Hi Darius, how are you? I also made a mistake. Oh, this is another thing. So what I was emailing him about is because that class I had a missing assignment from October, and I was confused because I turned that assignment in. So I went back and checked it, and I was like, is this not the assignment I did? Because I did this like 2 months ago. And so I went to the... He sent out an email today that was like, oh, the other assignment is due today. So I checked that assignment. I'm like, whatever, I'll get this one done, and I'll go back and do that one. And I saw that I did this assignment due today 2 months ago. So I was like, I don't know what happened, but somehow I did the assignment due today in place of the assignment due 2 months ago. So I also brought up possibly negotiating, making up the late points because he can see like how early I did that one. So that's what I was emailing him about. Also, so I said I made a mistake and accidentally turned in assignment 3 in place of assignment 2. I thought assignment 3 was the one due on October 15th, and somehow I was confused. So I hope I will clarify that with you tomorrow if I can remember. And I said I've also been dealing with the DMV because my license has been expired, and it's been a long progress because I can't afford the processing fees and the gas to return there, and I don't have time to work because of the hard classes I mentioned. Along with my disabilities, it's been hard to attend my earliest classes, and the disability center was not replying to my emails, so the military center had to get involved, and now they're replying to me. I thought that was funny that they only started replying to me after the military center got involved, but I said I would read that email chain too, because I don't think I ever went entirely in depth onto what the absolute bullshittery that the disability office put me through. But anyways, so I said, but like the military center handled it, kind of. And I said, hopefully my accommodations will go through enough soon to help me out. And my class that assigns packets is very unorganized, and the professor... I was also partially asking him for advice because I didn't want to go straight to the dean. So that's why I was so like thorough with it. So I said my class assigns packets... My class that assigns packets is very unorganized, and the professor remodeled the Canvas page a few times this year already. At the moment, with everything he assigns, and my other classes, his assignments alone take up my entire daily dashboard to the point where I can't even see my other assignments for my other classes. And I'm often doing his assignments with no breaks for 4 to 7 hours. And yesterday I got home at 12:20 AM, just doing his homework in the library all day. Which I still haven't finished, by the way, because there's still more assigned, and more today, because he's a fiend for homework for some reason. And it's mainly these two professors that have kept me behind all year, despite being entry-level classes, I guess is how I would say it. There's a large lack of communication, rescheduling, misscheduling, unclear assignments, and overworking that is causing my other two classes, Psych and Slav, to suffer greatly, along with me. And I would have dropped them, but the workload was not transparent. As for the heavy reading class, there's no syllabus, and the professor doesn't reply to my emails. And for the multiple daily homework class, he suddenly redid the entire homework schedule layout about 3 times in the first 2 months of the year. So once drop week was over, these changes were made and I was stuck unable to drop the class because he only started doing this after drop week was over. So I said I'm trying to push through and just not fail all 4 of my classes so I don't have to retake them. And I said, but that's where all my energy has been going this semester, so hopefully that clears a little bit up. And I said I don't mean to not show up to my discussions, but because I haven't had the disability accommodations, I haven't been able, because ideally there's a, like I can park closer to that my classes, so I'm not late all the time or absent. But because it's taking so long, it's actually not taking at all because they're not working on anything yet. So I was just like, yeah, here's why I've been absent and here's what I've been doing. That way he doesn't think I'm like one of those people that just like doesn't go to classes for no reason. And he he sees me like at the lecture, so I assume he doesn't think too poorly. So I was expecting like a thanks for letting me know, just get it done. Like that's all I wanted out of the email. And he just goes, I am so sorry. He was like, I will do what I can to help you get the best grade you can in our class. And I'll take some of the points off for being late. I was like, what? He said, I hope things improve. I was like, oh my god, is it that bad? Are my professors that bad? So, for the lore on the professor that assigns so much homework, whenever I turn in my homework, because it usually takes me like multiple days to do homework for one day, so I turn it all in at once, and it's usually like 5 assignments. He emails me kind of like annoyed, not because they're late, but he goes like, oh, it's overloading me that you turn your homework in all at once. And I was like, what? Maybe don't assign so much then. What the fuck? Like, and he kept saying like, he made this rule that was like, if it's older than 2 weeks late, just don't worry about it, which I appreciate. But I've never turned anything in that's older than a week late, right? Like, usually I'm about 3 days behind on average. The problem is when I'm a day behind, that's 3 assignments I need to do. Three packets and bullshit and what else. So 3 days behind means, I don't know, like 20 hours of work. So when I turn it in, he gets basically the equivalent of if a class turned in a normal amount of homework from me. So every time I turn my work in, let's say for the past like few days, he'll be like, I want to remind you of the 2-week rule. Every time I sit down and do my homework, I open that calendar praying that a majority of that shit is older than 2 weeks, and it never is. It's usually pretty recent. Because I'm a good student, right? And I think what he's trying to be like is like, no, just give up. Just don't do the homework. Please, please. I don't want to grade it. Shut up. You're gonna grade my homework. Because you assigned it and you're a sociopath who likes to torture girls like me. That's what I think. So I think that's his way of saying I hate grading the homework. And I've created my own compounding issue that I don't want to deal with. But, so you know what I do? I'm gonna keep on turning that shit in so he can suffer along with me. We're gonna have a great time together. And then he said his canvas is unorganized. I'll say that. Because as I said in the email, I would have dropped the class if I saw the workload. And I've talked about this on the server in great detail, but I've never talked about it on stream, I don't think. So the first few weeks, it was a normal class, right? There was homework, there was some homework on the weekends, and everyone was speaking Russian at a pretty normal rate. We could talk with each other, we could make our own sentences, and we were generally happy to be there. And then he reorganized the Canvas page for the first time this year. He had like the whole yearly schedule up. He would print out these weekly schedules for us so that we could look and see what we had to do each day. And it was very helpful, and it was never too much at all. And then he redid the canvas, and he was basically like, okay, so those printed papers are going to be on Canvas now. And then I upped the homework, but it still wasn't that hard. And then he reorganized the Canvas again. Drop week is over by this point, so we can't leave the class and get a refund. We can't replace the class with another class. So we're basically stuck, right? And then after this, there is like, oh, I have to zoom out to like 50% on my browser to see every single thing assigned for 1 week. It's insane. It's horrible. Dobré I'm talking about my Russian class. So with the amount that he assigns, and it's very unorganized, and he makes a lot of things assignments that don't really need to be. Like, he puts the attendance in as an assignment for some reason. So ideally this is like something that only the teacher sees. We can see it. And oh yeah, he randomly started making attendance a point-based thing. That wasn't a thing at the beginning of the year. In this class, you have to go 5 days a week. I know that sounds insane, but for college, that's insane. It sounds insane to complain about it, but for a college class, that's a little brutal, especially when you're assigning double and triple homework daily. So he goes ahead and makes attendance a point-based thing, not extra credit, and then he also throws participation in there. So if you are there and you don't talk enough, you only get like one out of 4 points for that day. So this also shows up on our dashboard. So there are days where I open my dashboard and its purpose is to show you everything you have to do for that day. He assigns so much stuff that doesn't need to be like shown as an assignment, that it blocks everything else for my other classes to the point where I don't even see them. And also, because I'm going down the list on the dashboard of the assignments I have to do, I usually end up falling asleep on it before I can get to the bottom where the other classes are to do those assignments. And so, he sent out an email last week, or I think it was this week? I think it was this week. He sent out an email on Monday addressing the entire class, saying that everyone has not been turning in enough homework, that it's been quote-unquote abysmally low, and that, like, he puts a lot of effort into making the homework for us, even though it's a pre-made, outdated homework thing that he's using. He doesn't make it himself. He said he puts a lot of effort into making homework for us, and that we need to do the assignments at least an hour a day. He said, if it's at least an hour a day, why does it take 6 hours on average? And then so, like, there was a period of time where I thought, okay, if I just do 2 assignments a day, it'll be okay. So I was doing 2 assignments a day, spending so many hours doing homework for this class, and I was trying to figure out why I was still behind, and I realized it was because he was assigning 3 things a day usually. That's why. And so he's assigning too much work for us, and then he gets overwhelmed when we turn it in because it's too much for him to grade, is what I'm hearing. So that's where that class is at, and so that's why I sent this email to my other professor, like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm in hell right now, and I just don't get how. Oh, also the entire class, 3 to 4 people have dropped the class. Some of them were in the first week, so I just don't remember them. One of the people that dropped the class already spoke a little Russian. He already spoke Russian on an okay level, and he dropped the class. Which tells me that it's just busy work. It's just work that doesn't help anybody. And oh my god, one of the pages had a Russian word scramble. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was like blah blah blah, guess the nationalities. We scrambled up the words, unscrambled them, and the Russians in my server helped me, and they couldn't even figure out some of the words. I was like, what the actual fuck is happening? I'm in hell, bro. And this is a 100 class, entry level Russian. Alright, Earl Grey test. That's good, that's great. So, yeah, and so I've been dealing with that, and then on top of that, there's the other class that assigns novels each weekend, due Monday, every Monday, which take about 6 hours a day to read also. And so in addition to that, I mentioned that I had to deal with the disability office, and I finally got some progress made, but I had to send a rather passive-aggressive email to do so. And so I'm gonna share it because I feel like a bitch, and I want to be told that I am a innocent person that can do no wrong. That's what I want to be told. So, for those who don't know, I have fainting disorder and other shit wrong, but it's mainly the fainting disorder. Good morning, he's Russian, he's Russian, don't kill him. He's just a Russian. So I have fainting disorder. I can't really be walking all over the place, and my college is on a rather large hill. It's on a hill, and the hill is so large that people at my college are statistically more likely to be fit and also have big asses because of all the walking that we do up this hill. Okay, so I first contacted the disability office of my school for accommodations last year in September or December, and I submitted my paperwork, my diagnoses, and I was like, here, I'm not sure what you guys can offer, but here's what's wrong, and here's how it affects my classes. And then so I got a reply back, in like early February, basically saying, hey, we can set you up an appointment, but first we need this paperwork for your diagnoses to clarify. And they said, we need your orthostatic report or orthostatic packet or something like that. I was like, okay, I'll try to find it because they're saying they need that, so I must have it, right? So I told them I'm gonna try to find it. A few weeks goes by, and of course, the semester starts to pick up, and so I'm kind of struggling. I tried looking in my like files, I couldn't find it, and I just didn't have the time to be looking for something I can't find. So then they send a follow-up email. They're like, hey, did you find it yet? I was like, hey, it's been really hard. I haven't found it yet, and the semester has picked up. Can we not just go through with the paperwork I provided that shows the near syncope diagnosis, the orthostatic hypotension diagnosis, and the autism diagnosis? They said, no, sorry, we need the entire packet. This is very important. I didn't realize how important it was until later. It's important because it doesn't exist and they made a mistake. It's important because they had me looking for something that doesn't exist for 7 months. And they never apologized for this, by the way. This was never compensated for. So I go the rest of my semester looking for an orthostatic packet that doesn't exist. There is no such thing. And then, of course, this is around the time that my nails started falling off. I started really struggling. I was throwing up all the time, and then I was bedridden for 3 weeks, and my health got really, really bad. And then my doctor was like, yeah, I'm gonna refer you to neurology and all that stuff. And then so I got no accommodations during this. And then I was still looking for what I needed, what I thought I needed at the time. And then so this year starts up. I had messaged them because I think the workload, let me see actually, I think I have it. Because I have the emails pulled up now. Okay, so this was September this year. I said, hi, it's been a brutal time. I tried to be more assertive and like honest here. I thought maybe I could like tug some heartstrings a little bit. It didn't work, but here, this was my attempt. So I said, it's been a brutal time at the school without accommodations. Oh, also because I need to go through this office to get the closer parking access that I mainly need to be able to attend my classes in the first place. Which is what I have the disability parking sticker, but I need the permission for the actual campus. So I have to go through them to get that. So I said it's been a brutal time without accommodations, and of course with the workload, and I barely have time to look through my files to find the paper you need from 7 years ago. Because this, at first I thought, if this paper does exist, it's gone, right? Because I got diagnosed with this in like 2018, 2019. So I was like I probably just don't have it. It's probably like with my parents somewhere, or just gone. But it's in my medical record, so like, can't you just like check that? I don't know. So I said I was finally diagnosed with actual syncope and not just near syncope and post syncope seizures. And I said I had a seizure last week on my birthday, and my work has fallen behind because I've been confused. Additionally, the bus yesterday made me miss my transfer bus due to the bus driver admitting that he didn't know what stop we were at. And I had to walk home for 30 minutes, despite my doctor telling me to walk as little as possible. I urgently need accommodations as soon as possible, and my professors are doing everything in their power to work with me at the moment. You would think that this would put a little bit more pep in her step. And so she sends me this passive-aggressive email that's like, I am sorry to hear that it's been challenging. We can get you in for an intake and talk about the accommodations, but we can't do anything until you get the documentation that I requested. So this email didn't really like specify what documentation was needed. So I had forgotten even what she asked for. And then so I had to go back and look. And then I was like, oh, what the hell? Does that even exist? So here, she was like, I need the documentation without additional documentation. She didn't clarify, what it was. I had to hunt down what it was that she needed from the beginning of the year. And she was like, we need the letter of the new diagnoses, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I'm sorry, this is not the news you want. So I was like, okay. Alright. And then so I tried to be more straightforward. I replied the next day. And I said, hi, what I need is accommodations for my syncope, post-syncope seizures, and hypotension effects on my daily life. I am working with the state right now to get the disability tag for my car, but for now, I need accommodations in case my syncope affects me coming to class late, especially because of how unreliable the buses are, and I am technically not legally allowed to drive. It's a losing situation. I have the syncope diagnosis, but it's just one page and not a packet. And then she didn't reply to me, so I sent a follow-up email that day, and I said if it helps temporarily, because temporary disability accommodations do exist. I said if it helps temporarily, I was also in a car accident on Monday, so I'm not sure if you're allowed to grant temporary accommodations while I get my required paperwork together. No reply. No reply. She doesn't reply to me for 2 weeks. And you know, so after this, so you can just see in this email thread, just me, my email attempts, and then the lack of responses, and then at the end you just see me forward the entire email thread to the military office. And then I got a response. And then I got a response. So 2 weeks later, I forwarded it to the military office. I was just like, yeah, this sucks. So then they replied to the military office. They didn't reply to me. And she said so then as she talks to the military director in front of me on the phone. And she said, I need the autism packet. And he and I both just look at each other, because he read this whole thread, and he was like, but at in February you asked for the orthostatic packet. So that's what my student has been looking for, is the orthostatic packet. She's like, oh, no, she said she needs the autism packet, and the only reason she needs the autism packet is because the page with the diagnosis on it says page 13 of 17. And I was like, oh, so you have the documentation, but you're making up this rule that because there's more pages to the original, that for whatever reason the actual diagnosis doesn't matter. Like, what? Huh? The packet in question was basically just an infographic about autism. It has all of the details of my assessment in it. It has the entire doctor's notes being like, yeah, this girl's fucking weird and she's obsessed with geese. I think this bitch is autistic, basically, and that I struggle with having romantic relationships for my age at the time. And then it says at the bottom, diagnosis, autism, ADHD, learning disabilities and math, etc., all that stuff. The page I turned in was the diagnosis page, and so she saw the like 13 out of 17 was like, oh, I can't help you until I get the rest of the pages. I was like, this is a packet I got when I was 16. What? This is old. And also, we're not gonna address that she had me looking for the wrong thing. She didn't address that. So, the military director was just like, yeah, that was weird. But just at least now you know what she needs. She said basically the autism diagnosis will make everything go along smoother? I don't know. But I was like, I don't need accommodations for my autism. I need physical disability accommodations. That's what I need. So she replies to him. She never actually emails me directly. So I'm like, I'm looking for trying to find this packet from like 7 years ago that I don't even know if I still have. And then I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna be assertive and I'm gonna email her again. So I sent her this email and I said, hi. Hi! You had me looking for an orthostatic report since February and didn't reply to my past emails. I had to go through a military student center to get a response from you where you changed it to the autism pages, in which I don't need accommodations for. I need accommodations for my physical disabilities. As I clarified in the previous emails, I have fainting disorder and hypotension. I don't think providing the autism diagnosis packet matters at all. I have the diagnosis papers for syncope and hypotension. I'm asking again, will this work? And then I finally got a response that was like, oh yeah, if you bring it in, we can work with you. So I was like, thank you. So I still have to go through my files and get those. Ideally they will work. It's mainly about finding the time. So that's the progress. That's the progress that I've made with that. I only had to send 3 passive-aggressive emails to make a difference. That's all it took. So that's where we're at. I wanted to be switched to a different person entirely because I was like, this girl is not replying to me at all. But yeah. That's the progress I've made. I was brave, and she replied to that like about 2 weeks ago. This is how long it's taken. So that's how my year is going. But I will never make the mistake of taking a month off like last year to quote-unquote catch up on schoolwork, because I've learned now that it doesn't really matter. No amount of only streaming for like once a week is going to change that the schoolwork takes 7 hours to do. So I'm just gonna stream however much I want, whenever I want. And it should be fine. Let me know if I sound insane. Let me know. If I'm actually bugging out, feel free to let me know. Anyways. So that's the little dose of like IRL drama, I guess. It's not so bad because I'm kind of used to it. Like when I request things that are supposed to help me as a student, I don't really expect any actual help to come through. Also, was I just like bugging last night, or what? Did Arthur actually get mad that we changed our profile pictures? I'm gonna go over this because I'm just gonna say that it's funny. It's funny. It's not drama. It's funny, okay? There's no drama because I don't think anyone took it seriously. So, once again, in the Discord server, I was in the voice chat last night with the people in there, random members, and this one guy. So we're minding our business, right? Nothing before this matters at all. No context will make it any more normal. No context will make it sound normal. And it's been bothering me all day. I've been trying to make sense of what happened last night. So this bro, I don't want to constantly address him by name because I'm not trying to shit talk him. He comes online and his what the fuck? Actually, let me scroll up and find it. Okay, so we're just like hanging out, right? Oh my god. There was so much said. We're hanging out. Okay, I found it. We're hanging out. Another guy in the server wakes up. And then, he kind of talks with everyone else. It's pretty normal. They're doing the exchanges like, hey, what are we up to? Blah blah blah. And I was like, we're watching a horror anime. I'm eating soft pretzels. The other Russians are like, blah 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 in Russian. It looks pretty normal. And he says, I don't want to come in. I'm assuming to the voice call. And then one of them's like, huh? What do you mean? And then he goes, because you changed too much shit about yourself and there's no provided explanation, and that kind of hush hush black box bullshit is not my vibe. And so I said, what? At first I thought there was like some sort of argument in Russian that I didn't understand and didn't pick up on, but I translated it and that didn't happen. It was just out of nowhere. So I said what? Huh? Like is this a joke or like what happened? Did I miss something? I don't know. So the other Russians are kind of concerned. And then he goes, Ichigo, what is your profile picture? So before this, I changed my profile picture to a different anime girl. It was Yoko from Gurren Lagann before, and now it's another anime girl. Basically, doesn't really matter. And then so everyone's just like, what are you talking about? And then another person had changed their profile picture. And so he addresses him. He says, what is your profile picture and why is it green? And he says, I am Bunny, a green one. And then another person had changed their username, I guess. These are things that I never pay attention to at all. Because I don't care when people in Discord servers change things about themselves. So he replies to this other person and says, what the fuck is your name? And then so Hyper says, we don't need your permission to change your own shit. Get over it and quit being so pressed. And then everyone's like, chill out, bro. Chill out, it's fine. And he was like, I don't demand permission, I want to know why. And then so the other people in the voice chat were like, what the hell is happening? What's his problem? And someone else is like, you sounded aggressive. And they're trying to like, I don't know, de-escalate it. I was scared because I was high, bro. I was high and I was like, what the hell is happening? Did I do something wrong and I just don't understand? So I'm going back over it to see, yeah, it actually was that weird. And he said, I went to sleep, things were in one way, I opened my eyes, and then boom! They're in an ever so slightly different way. That's a bit puzzling, you know? You understand my confusion. Oh, over someone changing their profile picture? Like it's not like we did like a cult trend where like everyone had the same profile picture. That's not what happened. And then so everyone just kind of moved on, right? Like we were just all like, whatever, right? Let's just ignore that. And so he brings it up again. He replies to the other person and says about that when they talked about their change of username or whatever. And someone kind of jokes and said he took his spot because this person was demodded. And then he was like, I'm not in denial, I never had that spot. I'm my own person in life, coming and leaving, helping and denying voluntarily. I'm nobody's special person or something like that. And I was like, what? And I said, you're scaring me. I was so scared. And then someone was like blah blah blah. You're not a moderator anymore. Get over it. He was like, I don't care about being a mod. I was like, this is so funny. And so then we just move on again and we just keep talking. And then he mentioned trying not to think of someone badly anymore. Because I joked about the person being close to me, I guess. I was like, hey, this person is my boyfriend, basically is what I said. But it was a joke, but I was like, blah blah blah, leave him alone. He's my man. And he goes, I'll try not to think of him that bad now. Thoughts have weight sometimes. And so I said, what? And then another person said, what? And I said, what is happening? And then he was like, why did you think bad about me? And he said, you took his spot. And then so we move on again. In this voice chat, we're trying to watch the anime that we voted on at Anime Club yesterday. And so we keep talking. And then if I'm correct, the Russians, it switched to like entirely Russian at one point. And the Russians were trying to figure out what the hell was happening. And I heard the Russians go in Russian, how old is this guy? 35? And I was so proud of myself for understanding it, because I just heard 35? And I just heard da 35. I was like, bro, I'm learning Russian. I'm learning Russian through the Russians dogging on this guy. And then so some paragraphs were said. The Russians are trying to de-escalate it. And I go, if it will make you feel better, I'll profile match with you instead. And he says, do as you wish, not going to force you or ask you. And I say, okay, you can pick. Pick what? The profile pictures. I'll keep everything unchanged on my side. And then someone else said, good for you. And he said, restore your old profile picture, Ichi. The original one. And so someone else said, chill, mate. And he was like, I'm chill. She suggested, I answered. And someone said she suggested profile matching. And Hyper said she suggested the match, and you told her to do something else. And I heard the Russians calling him a bliat. I just kept hearing bliat over and over again. And then, it continues on. And I'm just like, can we all just laugh? Can we all just laugh? And I said, this is so scary. And so then it just continues on. Oh yeah, you're the only person here that spoke, I guess. And then so I said, hey, I'm confused. Can you just pause everything you're doing until I'm sober? And he was like, pause what? I'm very confused and I'm not even drunk. And then someone said, just chill, mate, and move on. And he's like, it's not a big deal. And then so we continue on. And then we just like we move on once again, right? Like nobody's really actively dragging on any sort of drama. There was no drama. All we did was change our profile pictures, right? And then so this happened in the server. This is not a private affair. This happened in front of everybody. And so we move on, and I think I'm talking about like going out in Japan and eating ramen or something. That's where the topic is at this point. And so he says, this whole situation made me think, maybe I should leave. It's all too dynamic for me. Maybe I'm too old for this shit. And so someone just said, maybe. And he goes, I need to think. And someone's like, we're not dynamic. And I was just like, what? So that I just ignore that, right? And I keep talking, and we're talking about like anime music at this point. And then he just starts sending poems. He starts sending poems, and I'm high, so my response is, at 4:19 a.m., chili cornbread. And then I ignore that again. And then I was so like nervous and anxious that I just went to bed. I wanted to stay awake longer, but it bothered me so much that I just left and went to bed. So that's what happened last night. I feel bad if people are left out of Discord server affairs. And I felt like that would come up eventually tonight because it was very odd. And I kept messaging my moderators like, am I just like bugging or is this weird? Is this odd? This is weird behavior, right? Please confirm. And yes it was. Yes it was. I wasn't just high. I wasn't just high. I feel bad for like talking so long 2 streams in a row. But I don't know. I don't see talking too long as a bad thing. I don't know. Let me know. I know some people are like, I attend this stream on the dot at 8 PM every night to see what you claim to be playing. And if I don't see it, that's a waste of time. And you're basically doing paid, no labor activities. You're not doing your job. To me, as long as I'm like, I don't know, not just sitting silently and staring, it's still like a good stream. I know some streamers leave their the loading screen on like for 20 minutes, I guess. I know bigger streamers do, and it's fine. They play music, I guess. I don't even know. But to me, in my case, I'm not talking for anybody else. I know there are a lot of VTubers that have and streamers that have the loading screen on for like 30 minutes. I don't even know, probably longer. Some of them, but I've seen 20-minute loading screens. 15 minutes on average. I've been getting bad about it and having mine on for 7 minutes. It's mainly because I'm not at the computer. I never just like sit here and stare at the screen for like 7 minutes. Just know that. But to me, if I have it on too long, to me that's being paid for like not doing anything. That comes off as stingy to me. So I avoid doing that. To me that's unforgivable, more so than just being late to the stream. So to me, it's like, it's understandable if I just have the loading screen on for a long time. If people are like, oh, this is a waste of my time, you're not doing what I came here for. But just talking, I don't view that as like, I don't know, like clickbait, not doing what I said I would. I'm sure there are some streamers out there that have like a really long like introduction to the stream. I don't know. I only really do this when I have a lot I want to catch up on and it's not a free chat stream. I'm glad I'm not at least like boring in my complaints. I mainly took an hour to explain the school situation because I talk about it as it happens in my Discord server, but I don't really talk about it here. Which I used to. I used to just like fill everyone in daily on what happened that day, but I've been trying not to, and I just kind of casually talk about it there. So I just didn't want anyone to be confused and feel like they were left out of anything, I guess. I don't know. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I always get like, I got another donation. What just happened? Huh? I don't know. You guys can even hear that. Alright. BGM gone. It was the one that I was trying to replay an hour ago. It just now replayed. Hi Cartier, how are you? ちょっと待って。I'm opening the game. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I always got like, not irked, but like, I felt left out when like I joined any sort of like stream or YouTuber and they kind of like, they talk about like things that sound like a friend group hanging out and I'm not a part of it. I don't know. Be like, oh yeah, Scruffy did this, and Boku-chan Oshiete Kundayo said this, and then Sexmaster98 said this, and oh, it was so funny. It was so funny, and then you're just like, oh, was this on the VOD? And they're just like, no. It was in a group chat. Yeah, I don't know if that made sense. I try to make sure everyone is on the same page and same level of knowledge. One sec. Can I get it to replay? I don't think so. Wait, will it replay on this screen? No? It just replayed randomly? Okay, the replay button is here though. Why am I big?
Go, Sex Master.
Na SSD.
Not SSD. What does that mean? Pasiba Happelnick. Thank you.
Go, Sex Master.
Ah!
Na SSD.
What? No, SSD. Is it over? I think so. Alright, I'll make myself little. Tiny announcement. Please don't DM me letting me know when and if you failed Donut November. I don't need to be updated. Thank you. Have a good day. Now, so some people may be asking, did someone do that? Someone did do that. They left me very detailed updates and information. I know the full timeline of when they failed it and how they failed it. So please don't do that. Unless I ask, when was the last time you jerked off and what was it to? No thank you. Yes, spasiba. Maybe you can say it in the server, but to me directly, no. No thank you. This is the first time in my 4 years of streaming that I've ever been made uncomfortable. At all. I have talked about in DMs, people have shared their diarrhea stories with me. They've shared their like first exposure to sexual content stories with me. They've shared all sorts of shit in my DMs. And this is the first time that I kind of cringed in discomfort. Was today. So happy Donut November. I wish you all a lot of strength to get through it. But please don't let me know when you guys failed in DMs. Let me know in the chat. Let everyone know. Just don't let me personally know. What happened to Spaced Out? Oh, someone sent me gore in DMs. They sent me gore and drugs. No, I'm just kidding. Should I keep the pumpkins there? They kind of blend in with the like the office in the game. I'm making this so you guys can see everything. How do I want this shaped? Put this here, I guess. But all that shit doesn't block everything, right? Can't believe Shamsy would do that. Yeah, I can't believe it. Oh, and thank you for 1.884 subs. Thank you. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm a bad VTuber because I feel like I don't talk enough. But we are an hour and 10 minutes in and the gameplay hasn't started yet, so I think I'm a really good VTuber if I define it by not like how much you talk. I'm doing pretty good. I talk a lot. The cat needs his own model. Aki Baki. He's in a box right now. Should I go get him? I do miss him. Talk more. Okay, no worries. I'm gonna go grab my cat because I miss him and I saw his face. And now I'm gonna go get him. Alright, BRB. Do not the cat. I'm gonna the cat. He was all swirled up in his box asleep, and he's so sleepy. Okay. He's so sleepy. I don't even know if he'll say hi. He's just in my arms right now like a baby. He's not making any noise at all. He looks like he's gonna go to sleep. He is not making any noise. He's not even breathing loudly like he does. Oh, he made a little squeak. He stuck his claw into my nipple the other day. It hurt really bad. I need to clip his nails. And he's been scratching me so much. I just keep finding random scratches, and my cat's stupid, so like whenever he wants, like, it's not even when he wants down, it's whenever he sees a couch or a bed. He's perfectly fine until he sees one, and then he starts like, oh, he's making noise. And then he puts his paw on my neck and pushes away from me and scratches wherever his paw is at. I love you. I love you, Aki. What? He's smacking his lips. What? Speak. He doesn't meow, he just makes these noises. What? Oh, he huffed. You're so weird. I love my little fucked up orange thing. Okay. I love you. You have a scab on your neck. Did you scratch yourself? What? You have such an attitude right now. I just want to show you love and affection. That's all I want to do. And you just whine all the time. What? What was that? I'm being choked out by him right now. I'm being domestic violent. I'm glad that I don't have an evil cat that like punches you in the face. He did bite my hair once when he was mad. What the? I love you. I love you. Aki baki. He is so grumpy. Why? It's probably because I woke him up. Okay. He huffs when he is angry. Oh my god. Huffing and puffing. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. He screamed. Okay, now he's back to normal. He's laying down on the bed. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Super cold for Texas, but normal autumn temperature. I'm gonna bet right now that Paperworks like is watching the stream like at the beginning, and he's like live reacting to it, but like in the past. I'm gonna make that bet right now because that just seems like something that he that just seems like something that he would do. And I'm gonna make that bet right now, okay? We're gonna see. Just going off of the tamale incident, where we were talking about tamales, and he was like, "Oh, I love tamales. They have such an interesting outer texture, a little crunchy and soft." And I was like, "You're not supposed to eat those, bro. You're supposed to take it off." He was like, "What?" I feel like it's gonna be another one of those. It's gonna be another one of those. We're gonna see him responding to what I'm saying an hour ago. So right now, I think he's replying to when I asked how the temperature was an hour ago. Okay, what do we think of the cat ears? I know every VTuber has like a cat model, cat girl model. Would you guys like to see a cat girl version of me? How is that? Alright, I'll quit stalling and open ultimate custom night. It might take me a second to put on the screen. I think I have to have the chat open. Instant open. Is that what we're looking at right now? I just stuck these onto myself. I just downloaded them and then stuck them on my head. What I mean is like an actual like new outfit, like a new outfit that has like different clothes and different hair. Um, basically. Kinda like how Gorgra had her cat model and Kiara has hers. I'm pulling up the chat on... Am I lagging? Let me see, did my boobs bounce? Was that laggy for you guys? Why would it be lagging? Custom Night has never lagged me. Let me see, I might close Discord. Not so laggy. Okay, I think it's okay now. Alright, let me pull up the chat so I can see you guys. It's taking me a second. Anime Sound Effects Pack Volume 1. This is from 12 years ago. Yeah, save to watch later. Okay, I have two things to yap about while we play Custom Night. Alright, I've got the chat pulled up. Let me... I feel like at this day and age, Streamlabs should have a built-in feature where you can see the chat, but... I'm sure OBS does, but Streamlabs doesn't. Okay, I can see you guys now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's my full government name on Streamlabs. That's good. Great. Thank you, Streamlabs. That could have been flashed, too. Oh, that sucks. Is that still there? Why did it do that? Okay, it's gone. Okay, bro. Why is it there? It's, it was detecting my, like all of my windows I have open. And it, like, it wasn't that it showed it, it's that it labeled it. It labeled it. And sometimes whenever I'm trying to put the game on, it just shows my whole OBS, so it would have shown, like, the list, the drop-down list of all the windows I have open right now. On live. I don't know why it does that. There's no way to fix it. I don't think. Alright. I'll squish everybody. I don't know. I'm like fucking it up. This doesn't like cover up the time or the anything important, right? I'll put that there. Okay. Now I gotta remember to look at the chat. AMD software? Oh, that's always good. Adrenaline edition. Watch it crash. Does anybody have any, like, animatronic requests? I don't know how do I word that? Any animatronics you want me to play against, I guess? Set all to 20. Bro, I'm gonna get instantly killed. Number makes it harder. I want to start with, like, the original. One of the dramas I want to talk about, I feel isn't socially acceptable enough to talk about yet. The other one is iffy, and I'm debating if I even want to talk about it at all. Of course, nobody my opinion doesn't affect anybody. No harm in it. But I know that somebody out there is gonna be like, talking about drama like this causes speculation and hurts people's feelings. This kind of looks like the old location. Wait, is it? What the hell? Why was he there? Was that an Easter egg or? I probably should have read. But open the camera. Is that just what it does? That's what Cam 5 does? What? What? What does that mean? Oh, okay, it's not the mirror. Bonnie doesn't like being looked at. I'll do my best not to bother her.
How unfortunate.
What?
How unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Oh. Does this matter? Does that matter at all? Is that important? Hello? Oh, he's gone. Okay. Okay, good. Hooray. Yo! It's gonna get closer, right? How did that guy beat all 2020? No. That's not good. How do I close it? How do I close it? Okay. Good. He's still there. Marinette? Whoa. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, fan? How do I turn on the fan? I forgot. I'm gonna die. What was that? What the fuck was that? Bad power. Bad power. Why am I 118 degrees? Oh, space? Okay, I'm okay. I was just like about to die there for a second. Why is he still there? Oh, he's just standing there. Where did that come
so
from?
much more spacious in here. I may stay a while.
Something hit the door. What? Ah. Bro made the hardest game ever. How did that guy beat this? I probably shouldn't be playing this like genuinely when I haven't played any of the other games, so didn't read. Ah, okay. Left hole. Oh, he moves faster when it's warmer. Chairs. Figurine on the desk? Sound of pots and pans. Stop. Change the music? What? They all have so much you gotta do, bro. think he live streamed it, right? I mean, I imagine you have to. You can't just be like, yeah, I passed it. To get to win the interview. It's so extra. I can do these ones. Events there. Oh, that monitor events. There's so many things you have to worry about in this one. Yeah. I think I was 15 when like the sister location thing came out, or like 14 or something. I know because I forced my friends to watch the trailer. Control shot. So much. I think I still have like recordings on my old camera of like me making really shitty Fnaf theories. Well, that wasn't very nice. Okay, so that's the chica noise. Okay. I pressed change music, bro. She doesn't talk? That one doesn't talk? Oh, do the originals not talk when they kill you? I thought they did. Should play a clip of someone beating 50-20 and act like you're doing it, trust me. I can't even imagine. 37 seconds. I thought they all talk. Some don't have voice lines. For the OG. Oh, hi, Miku. How are you? Oh! Oh, tiny figure! I saw the like foxy like legs here and I was confused. I was like, what? Was that him? Was he in here? Bonnie? Ah! Why is he coming out? Which hole does he come down? Where is he? Hello? Are you where you're supposed to be? I don't know. But he jump scared me when that one was open. What is it? Where? What? What the fuck? I kept going down. I kept opening the cameras. Where does he come from then? Bro, 50-20 was gonna be insane. It was a camera? Camera? You want the cameras open? Alright, let's talk about VTuber drama while playing Ultimate Custom Night. Can you guys hear it even? It's not too loud, is it? It looks too loud. Perhaps I should turn them down? Have you finished a single night? I finished 2. Oh, you can change the office. Cooked. I know. I know we're cooked. Plenty of filtering some curtains. Fox just materializes as parts in your office for morning. People parts of the room where you die. Oh, I saw his legs and I thought he was just like in the box. Markiplier is really good at this game. What? Bonnie? What do you mean Bonnie? Oh, he's at the curtains? Oh, no, Foxy now. Okay. Bad power management. I left the fan. Do you just have to like turn the fan on and off like right as you get here? Coming back. How do I change it? What? Okay. She's still in there. Whoa. Oh, bro. I'm at 3% though. What? What was even on? The power? What do I do? Just like sit and hang out and not look at the cameras?
Now I will tell you a story.
Look, Aki's leg is up and he's licking his butthole. Right, he's always licking himself. Like he can't get enough. I know the cameras use power, but he's licking the tip of his tail right now. He's being so thorough. What? And he's biting it. Okay. Frigid. Chaos. Let's see how long I can survive. You have to like know and memorize what they all do though. I hate this professor. See, I told you guys he's watching the stream and reacting to it from an hour ago. He's been listening to me rant this whole time. He's gonna come back in a few minutes and be like, guys, I'm sorry, I was reacting to the stream too late. Nobody tell him. nobody tell him? How did this happen? Did he like misclick and he's just stuck back there? He's gonna be like, wow, she's being such a bitch and ignoring me so much tonight. Wait, is he gonna notice that his chats don't even show up on the screen? And the rest of the chat isn't talking about it at all? I don't know. Poor Paperworks. Or maybe his like Wi-Fi is slow and it's taking an hour for everything to send. 50-20. Dude, I'm gonna get instantly killed. Okay, let me try to remember. Heat makes Freddy faster. Pay attention to the figurine. Global music box. Piece by piece. The fucking video game? I thought he was playing Fnaf on his little game. Mask. Set all to 20? Oh bro, this is gonna fucking suck. I'm gonna experience so much. What is that? What the fuck? Does this... What? There's a separate 50-20 best time? What? There was a lot going on. What? I had to purchase his toy. Squeaking metal. Okay. Oh, that's there. Ugh. Ah! What? I tried not to.
The fearful reflection of what you have created.
Yeah? Anyway, the drama I want to talk about. Live reaction to the V Shoujo situation. I complained about the VTubers that were like reacting to the V Shoujo situation. Like people who milk shit like that and they label it. Why would you record yourself reacting to someone else's misfortune? That's weird to me. But that's like a thing that streamers do. I don't know why. But in regards to the V Shoujo thing, because I don't think I've talked about it aside from just making fun of people who react to it and make videos on it. I noticed this like reoccurring thing, and I guess this counts as like a jab at certain people. But there's like there were people that came out, you know, of what they experienced in the company, and people who were like already meant to debut with the company, and people who didn't even have like an official debut date, but they were already accepted, so they were anticipating working with them. People who were like in the process of auditioning and got heard promising words back, things like that. There's a certain few people who shared their experiences, and it irked me because some of them were already fairly successful VTubers, and the others were like, I don't know, successful. They had like a promising fan base, but the words that they use over and over again through tears oftentimes were like, I just wanted to join VShojo so I could finally have a home, or so I could finally. They kind of worded it like they're just incapable of like doing content. I'm not talking about like being able to afford doing concerts and things like that. I'm talking about like the way that they worded it. It just sounded like ungrateful. I don't know. It bothered me, and I feel like it's been enough months to where I can be like, that was weird. I noticed like three people said this, I think. I don't know. It felt kind of rude to their fan base. I'm summarizing it greatly. I'm not going over every single thing they said, because I'm not trying to go into the drama aspect of it. It was mainly I've seen people talk about this with other companies that collapsed aside from VShojo, but they always use the same wording. Like if it's an already existing VTuber and they're like, I really wanted to debut with them so I could finally have a home. It just like I'm not saying their names. I'm not calling out anyone by name. That's not what I do. It comes off as like, yeah, I know I have like 50k subscribers or 100k or even more than 100k, but this isn't enough and I don't feel like I belong here, and I need to be in a company to be happy with what I've built on my own. I don't know. I just don't know what situation I would in a video like that where I'm addressing my entire fan base say I was disappointed that the company collapsed, not because it collapsed and screwed me over, but because I wanted to finally have a home. Why 50-20? Because we're trying to see how long I can survive. That was kind of weird. I notice it a lot, like not just with VShojo, but with like, I guess like I'm not gonna say the other companies by name because it doesn't matter, but other companies that collapse and screw over their talents, they use this wording that's like, I know it's like a problem where people like being in a company as a VTuber, that's like the end goal, and probably for streamers too. But to me, it's like, if you don't feel satisfied streaming, not in a company, being in a company isn't going to be a dream job for you. And it's not going to make things any easier. And I feel like that's what happens when you see people, they debut with a company, they get a shit ton of money, and then they just like leave like less than a year in, and people are like what happened? Why didn't they like it? That's what happened, I think. I never knew people said that. They do say that. It irks me a lot. There's a lot of things people say that irk me, but that part irks me a lot. And there were two. There was one that already, you know, existed as a VTuber, joined a corporation for a while, was very successful, left. You know, that's kind of the cycles that you're indie, you join a corporation, and then once you kind of want to retire and do things at your own speed, you become independent, and that's it. Maybe you join like a streaming company, but not a VTuber company, not another VTuber company. And they like tried to get into another company again. And I saw another one say that, yeah, I was in another company, and then I left, and then I'm indie again, and then I tried to get into another company, and I wanted a place to call home. I'm like, why don't you just sit and gather your thoughts for a second after the last company collapsed? And I saw another one. It was like independent, in a corporation, independent again, in a corporation, it collapsed, independent again, and then signed with another agency less than a month after. I don't get it. It can't be, like, because these people have managers, right? It's not about the management. They can afford a manager. Right? I don't understand. I don't get it. I pray maybe one day I will. so I'll have a little bit more patience. But I don't know, if 2 agencies I were in collapsed already, or weren't doing so hot, or weren't very good experiences, I don't know if I would rush to get into another one, nor would I basically say that I felt like they're... Because they make it seem like they're not satisfied with just existing with their fan base. Is it so bad to be able to keep all of your earnings? I know. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. Watch me instantly die. Dude, I can't imagine what that 50-20 playthrough looked like. How did bro beat this, bro? I don't get it. So I gotta work my way up to it? What? Okay, let's go. Go. Ah. Ah. He wasn't even there. Phantom Freddy was there. She doesn't put the mask or monitor up and dies. Oh, this is so hard. Flash? Flash at the phantoms? What's the flashlight button? They both were? I was trying not to look at them because of the marionette. Or nightmare in it. It wasn't even on him that long! Control? Oh, boom. I'm so cooked. Release me! Okay. I'll turn that off. What the fuck? What was that? What is that? What do you mean a new challenger? They're all here. What was that? That's not even here. Oh. Flashlight. Flashlight. I can't. My flashlight isn't flashlighting.
Let's taste death again and again and again.
I did control last time and it worked though. Okay. Uh-oh.
There just isn't room in here for both of us.
I have a lot of respect for a person that passed this. What are the challenges? Alright, let's see how long I last on this one. What? Is that important? Oh. What was that? Okay. I don't know what he does at all. He's just in here? Oh. Ah! What? Okay. nightmare, bro. I'm not even looking at the vents. Six, 7? Oh, wait. Okay.
Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
I thought the Toy Freddy was there. Ah! You go on? What the hell does that mean? Who was that? He was in the vents, right? That's what I heard. I guess so. Bears attack 2, bears attack 3. Pay attention! Oh, I'm bad at paying attention. Is the human mind even capable of, like, paying attention to all of these? Apparently so. Dako has a high IQ. Chaos? Oh yeah, sure. That's not good. Whoa. Ah! Does that matter? I didn't see what to do with Rockstar Bonnie. New phase wave? I haven't checked the new phase wave. I didn't know they did waves. I thought they just kind of like drip released people. Find his guitar. Bro. Hey Arthur. How's it going? How are you feeling? Yes, Tui. Kakila? Normalna? Plahoy? Li Harasho? Ustal? Normalna? I see. Freddies begin to accumulate. Oh, Freddles. That's significantly less funny. Should I play Pizzeria Simulator later? I'm interested that this is just the game and there's no like little side art files. Freddles are funnier. I said some stuff I did stuff sometime earlier, but that was a schizo episode. Pay no mind. What? Excuse me? Do you have schizophrenia or... Serious one's for you. Should I have it? More manageable. Should I do it now? I kind of view this game as like in part with pizzerias. I'll try to like drip the 50s and 50-20. The 20s drip the 20s in. I'll do Freddy once, okay? And then we're gonna do more and more. So I don't have to worry about the cams on the vents yet. I just have to worry about them. What does that mean? Sounds like a big issue, or maybe I'll just get short-circuited. I guess so. Oh, let me turn off the fan. I don't like him in here. It feels like I have no privacy when Candy is in here. Where does Freddy come from? He's just in that hallway. I don't have to worry about anything else. Oh, ah! Oh, jeez! So that this little temperature thing applies to him? Ugh. Oh, my power. Can you go away?
Now I will tell you a story.
Okay, is he gone? Yeah! So dark. Huh?
Yar, you
What?
win some, you lose some.
What?
Yarg, you play with fire, and sometimes you get burned.
What did I do? I'm supposed to click the bird, right? Sorry about saying stuff. Oh, it's okay. It just scared me a lot, that's all. But it's alright. Never trust him. Oh, I see. Alright. I'll set Freddy to 20 even though I died at 5. This'll go well. No, the Foxy didn't scare me. You scared me. You. No. Hello? What? He's so fast. He sucks. I'm closing that. That way I can get nice and hot and toasty in here. Yeah.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate.
You stupid
Uh-oh,
bitch.
how
Mind your own business.
unfortunate. I know how much you like to fight, so I'll add a new problem to your night.
Is it gonna tell me what it is? What is that? How do I close that? Does that matter? Power? Six, 7. gone. But he'll be back soon. He's back. I'm back already. Wait. I'll get nice and toasty in here again with the door shut. Wait. Ah! Okay. He's still out there. It's 3 a.m. and I got 44%. Oh my god, he was so close! Back already! Do I just keep the door shut with them, or...? So Balloon Boy comes through the vent. Looks like Jax. Yeah, but he moves really fast. Does that matter? Is that just a distraction? Getting closer. I don't know, I don't like that. Okay, he's gone. Probably. Come on, 5 a.m. He returned. F? I know. Okay, he's gone. So close. Yay! Hooray! It was useless. Well, that's good, Arthur. I hope you get better. 30 is how long you have to survive, by the way. Oh, like the minutes? 4 minutes and 30 seconds. It feels so long when you're playing it. Is the original game that time? Okay. Let's try Bond now. Interesting. Wait, why is Balloon Boy on? Oh, it's because of the thing. I like 7 then. Really? Okay. So I just basically don't look. I don't look, I just ignore him, right? I think. Because all he does is kind of just kind of blind the cameras. I don't trust that at all. Wait. Is he gone? He's still there! Okay. That's both of them.
He pieces the remains.
You back?
Uh-oh, how
What?
unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
What's it gonna be? What? That's not good at all. Who's here? Who's here, huh?
Uh-oh, how
What?
unfortunate. Uh-oh,
Who's
how
here?
unfortunate.
Who's here?
I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Who's here? Who's here? Who's in here? What do you mean? Show yourself.
Now I will tell you.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Pretty gone. I don't know. 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 I don't know.
Now I will tell you a story.
Ugh. Ugh. I know. It's only 3 a.m. Get away. Okay, ready, gone. I'm gonna see something up there and I'm not gonna remember how to close it. I don't trust him at all. I don't know what's here.
Now I will tell you a story.
So Chica and something else? What if it just adds to the marionette?
But he could not.
What? What does that mean? Ah! You're being awfully mischievous, balloon boy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Well. Oh no. 20 more! 20 more seconds! I'm dead! Diabolical even. Again. Come on, 5! It's gonna be tight. I'm so dead. Oh! I did it! New high score. Aki is so swirly. TA repels. I have my power up. Should I use them? I grow tired of the selection play. When the sound of pots and pans stops, you have only a short amount of time to use it. I feel like I'm still not used to these two. This is a lot. Freddy looking mad scares me because her eyebrows don't really move. And Bonnie doesn't have any. Okay, no balloon. Oh yeah, Balloon Boy's here because of the. Wait, everything else is here too, so it's like. I think so, right? Of course course he's there. Ah! You sneaky dude. Rockstar Fox on 20? For why? Uh-oh. How do I change the music? I clicked the button. Grr. I have a lot of power-ups though. I just want to use them till I'm like certain that I can like make it through the night on my own. I know. I don't know how to change the music. Ugh. I just realized that my ears have physics. I can't open Discord. It's so quiet. One second. Okay, I'm back. Homework emo. Alright. I return. I couldn't open Discord for some reason, so I had to check out my phone. I don't like him, not yet. I'm not ready for him. I'm not ready for her. I'm at 20, okay. Caemon's cute. Everyone often said old man consequences to one. Didn't someone else tell me to do that? I have the strong urge to watch Markiplier. Yeah, electronic last time and died, I think. She added 2.
How
Oh,
unfortunate.
does this mess up what my plans are?
I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in
Who is it?
the ring.
Who's there? M? Is that it? Is that all I have to worry about? Okay. Paperworks is here at the right time now. Were you watching the stream far back? It's Rockstar Foxy, right? Old Man Consequences is not here. was that? What's in here? College is torturing you. I know, isn't it? I don't think there's anything here. I think it's just Rockstar Foxy. Oh, it does it. This is my first time playing FNAF like on a PC. I played it on my tablet when I was younger. When is Old Man Consequences gonna show up? Oh, that? Rockstar Chica! Okay. What does she do though? Distract? I don't know? Oh, okay. That makes sense. No, I put him at 1. Well, I hate Innard, bro. I hate him. I don't even know what he is. Who is he possessed by? Do we know?
Yarg, how may I be of service to ya?
But he could not choose. He promised them to
It's mesh of animatronic. Basically a freak. Dobre otreczka train printer. But like, is he possessed by anything? I did that. Turned Foxy on. Do I turn Dee off with my power up? I see. So Toy Foxy isn't possessed at all, right? And Ballora being possessed is just like a theory that she's the mom.
he pieced the
Spam the monitor? Wakey wakey! What's your favorite animatronic? I don't know. I don't know if I have one that I particularly like. Probably, Toy Chica or Freddy. Those two are iconic, I think. They've got to create some sort of horror-based, IRL FNAF game puzzle room thing. Horror house? I don't know. With actors. Actors dressed as the animatronic. I have a few favorites, but who? Who is it? Come on, old man. His withered body. That scared me a lot as a kid. I like to watch the FNAF VHS tapes that people make. I like those a lot. Is he just always here by default? Cold Man and Consequences isn't showing up.
But he could not choose.
I got a screen pause reminder on my YouTube for watching the chat.
He pieced the remains together. But he could not choose.
Is this like the old location or is it slightly different? I don't know if it was based off of one though. He won't come. It's not a real place. Well, I know, but like, I didn't know if it was based off of one. Very similar to Fnaf. Oh, I see. So I'm not crazy.
But he could not choose.
Hi Luigi. Privyatiki. I'm being punished. Third time's a charm? Okay. Let's see.
He promised them to never leave them.
He's shy.
He pieced the remains together.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
No.
He pieced the remains together.
Ah! Does it not matter now that the other animatronic is here? I used it for the last round and she didn't show up. Didn't get it. Ugh. Boo. Now let's try again. you.
But he could not choose.
You play Fnaf World. What is it like? Cause I just always hear that people say that Scott is ashamed of it. The Pokemon type game. How did he make these like assets? Cause he makes these all on his own. How did he make these? Cause he makes the games on his own. Like the OGO style ones like this.
He promised to never leave.
Ah! I did it! He just made it. Did he? This is so scary. What if I was high, huh? What then? Nothing else. Go into him. Into the lake. Into the lake. Oh, interesting. How did people find this out? It just crashes? Was that meant to happen? I guess there's no other way out, huh? There's a Fnaf. Ah. You died. Yeah. Yes, so. Interesting. I didn't think it would punish you for getting it right, technically. Pizzeria Sim. I was so hyped when Pizzeria Sim came out. I loved watching the Let's Plays. Community content looks a little scary right now. William runs over Charlie animation. Oh, it's like his older style of games. God, such a cool guy. When Ultimate Custom Night and Pizzeria Sim came out, I was so frazzled and stressed out about it. The story stressed me out so much. I wish it just ended there. In a perfect world, it did, and there is no VR game with Vanny and the Mimic. I love Pizzeria Sim. It's a good ending, even though he only intended to make 3 games. I want to play Firewatch. I was gifted Firewatch for my birthday. The Mimic. My name is the fucking Mimic. Oh yeah, my name is Mimic. Oh yeah. I guess I'll wrap it up here so I can hammer out my shitty awful homework that I complained about for an hour. Sorry for the super short stream though. It's only intended for there to be one, but it got popular, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I think when he thought about like the bigger story, I think he said he intended for the third to be the last. My name is Edwin. I made the Mimic. Yeah. My name is David. Dad, I want some ice cream. David, that is my name. Fnaf is peak, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna try and grind on my homework. I gotta finish. I haven't looked at what was due today, so it might be another 7 hours. Either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow. For Anime Club, the anime we picked was Takopi's Original Sin, so we'll probably finish it tonight. I'll probably watch some of it after stream to take a break before doing my homework. And then yeah, and then we'll go over it tomorrow. I think that's everything I have to say. And then after Takopi, if you're part of Anime Club, start watching Code Geass season 1 and 2 and the movie, because we'll be going over those on Thursday the 20th. So be prepared. Yeah, because there will be there's no anime for next week. We're doing something else. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. I think. Thank you Hypersonic for reaching level 11. Thank you. Thank you was just need help. Yeah, just need help for reaching level 8. Thank you. And thank you Angel for reaching level 8. Thank you. Thank you mods. Train Printer, Angel, Papermate question mark? Was that it? Oh, Paperworks. And I think that was everyone that was here. But yeah, thank you mods for making sure everything goes smoothly. Thank you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Anime Club. Have a great rest of your days and nights, 24 hours. And yeah, John with the net. Bye bye. Paka paka.